So I have a box. We're going to open the box. And we're going to try on what we can from the box. Just the box. And this time, we're just going to go straight on through. Not going to do tea. Just start to finish the box. Alrighty, so I told you guys a while back that I had resubscribed to the ice cream box. I found it when... Sorry about that. My coaster decided to take off with you. Anyway, I found it when I was doing the round robin subscriptions, which means I was subscribing to boxes, staying with them for about 3 months, and then moving on to another box to give you guys an idea of each box. It's a little harder to do that now. I think a lot of boxes have either folded or been taken over by Ipsy. Okay, so maybe only one box has been taken over by Ipsy, but you get the point. They're and also on top of that, a lot of them have gotten a bit more expensive. But in all of those round robin boxes, I really enjoyed the ice cream box the times that I had it. I think I had one out of the 3, and then I got another one later. So it was a total of 4 boxes. And I think I only got one that I was like, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. But we got the box, and some things have changed. For one, I've noticed this is like the 2nd or 3rd time I've actually seen it, and this time I actually got to do it. You get to pick your palette out of 2, maybe 3 options for palettes. Everything else I think in the box is the same for everybody. So we are going to go ahead and get into this and see what we can use now, because the box has both makeup and skincare in it. And I don't know if it carries tools. I don't remember ever getting any kind of brushes or anything in here, but you never know. It may surprise me. All right, so this is for the month of, what is this, May? And I just subscribed recently, so we've got a list of stuff that's on here. We are not going to look at that. They pack it with peanuts, and we are just going to open things up and see what we have and what is usable. I know one thing that is in here. And what else I'm going to be using, there is one other thing I'm going to be using. I picked up the new Emily D. Baker, Law Nerd, and Gerard Cosmetics collab. I love Emily. I've really enjoyed the stuff that I've gotten from Gerard, so this was like a perfect fit for me. Of course, I got the quote-unquote clear. It is clear. It's just so sparkly clear. And this one is Facts, which makes sense. And then we have Hearsay in the purple. And we're going to play with the purple. So probably we'll see what we get. Let's take a look in our box. Okay, so I've got that is pretty. Looks a little messed up on top. Do you see that? That's a rose. This is the Swarovski US. I do not know what this is. Oh, I think I know what this is. There's a little bit on the lid. I bet you this is like a cream blush. And it's so pretty. I don't know if I want to use it. 1, I don't like creams. And 2, I don't want to ruin the pretty rose. That is gorgeous. Not usable, but gorgeous. All right, we'll just set that aside, and we'll look at the card. And of course, now the lid doesn't want to go on. All right, we're not even going to fight that. Okay, so next we have a couple of different things here. This first thing is a duochrome liquid eyeshadow. I'm not a big fan of liquid eyeshadows, but we might give it a try just once. I just like my powders. They're just so much easier to work with. This doesn't want to open. This is in the color, it just says liquid duochrome liquid eyeshadow number 1734Y. This is from Chantico Beauty. Never heard of them. It's white. I like the packaging, but it's white. Oh, goodness. Oh, it goes white. Okay. All right. So there's that. Oh, wow. And when I look at it, I don't know. There, you can see it. It goes pink. It goes pink. Let's kind of see it. Interesting. We'll have to see, because I know I got like I said, I got to pick my eyeshadow palette. Ooh, what's this? What's this? And we have from Gerard Cosmetics. Hi, Gerard Cosmetics. This is their lip pencil in Bel Air, which looks to be a neutral. Neutrals, it's a neutrally pink. Neutrally pink pencils don't bother me that much because you're just outlining, and most of the time, for me, that's just to help refine the line, make it a sharper line, more than to add color. All right, then I also have Flamingo High Pigmented Gloss. Oh no, this is going to be horrible. Because I want to use the other glosses. Who are you from? BFC? Never heard of BFC. BFC. Do you have a color? Just that Flamingo's the color. That kind of concerns me. How bright is Flamingo? Flamingo is pinky bright. I might be able to put the purple gloss over it. Anyway, there's the packaging. You can see that it's very pink inside. Oh my. Oh goodness, that is really pink. I don't know, folks. I don't know about this. We'll see. And then last but not least is the eyeshadow I got to pick out. The box is done. I'm not going to throw it because it's got little peanuts in it, and little peanuts will go everywhere. But we're going to go ahead and pull this out. This is from Gourmand Girls, their Cosmic Peaches virtual palette. They had two. I think one was neutral. By the color scheme, you can tell that this is colorful, and you know which one I would pick anyway. Has a nice mirror, and it's indeed very colorful. And I see some colors. This will go with the one gloss. This will go with a different gloss. Interesting. I have a highlighter palette from these guys. I think that's it. So I'm going to pull out that highlighter palette, and we will go ahead and get started with this in just a minute. I am going to go ahead and prep my face, and I will be back for us to go ahead and try some of the things. Oh, I said I was going to do the card. Let me do the card. They sent a card. It's a plain card. All right, so the Power or Virtual, we got the Virtual from Gourmand. And, oh, it is a collab. This is $33. Gourmand Girls is both woman-owned and a Latina-owned business. You know we like to support that here. This month we had options. A colorful palette is a perfect spring and summer, as well as a muted grunge power that is perfect for every day. Both of these are only available in ice cream. The Bel Air lip liner from Gerard, that was $33. This is $16. The Liquid Duochrome by Chantico. We are including an extra liquid duochrome shadow to help complete the eye look for both palettes. This can be used as a highlight on the inner corners, the brow bone, or as an eyeshadow topper. It looks absolutely stunning, almost any matte shade. This is $19. This is a 3D Rose blusher by Swarovski US. This blush has been all over TikTok. You can use a finger or a flat brush to pick up product and apply to your face. If you want a very light blush of color, you can use any fluffy brush. This was definitely made to stay on any makeup vanity. It is too cute. This was $30. And the High Pigment Gloss by Beauty for Certain. Okay? BFC, Beauty for Certain. Brand created by rap artist BIA, best known for her song Whole Lot of Money from her For Certain album. Lip gloss is hydrating, non-sticky, long-lasting, and lightly plumping. It gives your lips extra shine and a smooth finish, and you can build it up to your desired intensity. 22. So, 55, 85, 95, 104. So the total value of the box is 130. I spent 25. That's how much the boxes are, is 25. I don't have a problem with this. This is the only one I have a question about. 1.12 ounces. This doesn't seem like it's quite a full size to me. So I would suspect this is 11 rather than 22, but you know, hey, it is what it is. unless the full size is bigger and costs more. But usually they list full size prices on these things. So, all right, so I'm going to go and prep my face, and then we'll get started. All right, so I decided to try to make this sort of a, you know, a family affair. And I pulled out a few things that I have that I'll be using with this. I have already used the Gerard Cosmetics eye base. I actually really like this eye base. It's just a price point problem for me. This is about $20, $22, something like that. And that's a little pricey for me, but I do like it. So since we've got Gerard Cosmetics in here, we're just going to go ahead and use that today. I pulled out the Bold and Beautiful highlighter palette, Bold and Brilliant highlighter palette by Gourmand Girls. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. We got plenty of highlighters in there. I also picked out another Gerard Cosmetics lipstick to put the glosses over. And that's all that's in the family. And I also pulled out, since what I'm going to be wearing to film later after this is a deep green. I pulled out a Moira, one of the eyeshadows, the Star Shadow pots in that deep green to add the deeper green, because I did notice that in this palette there isn't a lot of green. All right, so I went ahead and swatched the two shimmers that are in there. As you can see, those are also supposed to be dual chromes, kind of giving me an idea of where to start and where I'm going. So we're going to go ahead and just get into this. This is going to go under my brow. Yes, it's very bright. This is going to go under my brow. I don't know what I want to put across my lid yet. But this is going to go in the corner. I don't want to use space on the back end. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe this will go. You know what? I think I'm going to put this in the middle and then put this over this and see what happens, as well as in the inner corner. So this will go across and we'll see what happens with that. And then this will be on the outer lid, and I don't know about, this will be going in for the depth, and I don't know about the eyeliner part, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna pull you a little closer, maybe. I've got so much stuff on my desk, guys. All right, I think we got you. We lifted you up a little bit too. I actually probably should mark this so I know where to put my thing. It goes down a lot. All right, so I'm gonna get a fluffy brush. I have a fluffy brush in here that I pulled out. Not a tiny fluffy brush, an actual fluffy brush. I know I picked a fluffy brush. Here we go. So I've got a fluffy brush, and we're gonna take this color Hyper, and we're gonna do under the brow with that. This might end up being a bit of a mess on me because we are doing yellow and pink and green with some blue thrown in, maybe. Actually, it's not bad. Flowers. She's not got a lot of color at this point. I mean, she's there, and I suppose we don't want a lot of color. I'm not seeing much of the shine either. So maybe this is more of a satin than a shimmer. Satins will give you a little bit of shine, but not a lot. They lean more matte. It's not horrible. Yellows are one of those colors that, hi. You guys haven't met this one yet. What are you doing? Hi. This is Siren. She's our little troublemaker. She showed up on our doorstep. I'm telling you guys, they just show up. We don't go looking for them. They just show up. Anyway, we had given, yeah, okay, I'll let you go. She wants to go play. We had given away the surviving kitten to my daughter from Dazzler. Dazzler was not happy. Dazzler's a good mama. She really is. Anyway, Dazzler was not happy. And then a few days to a week later, that one showed up. And Dazzler has taken her in. Dazzler has also finally been fixed. I shouldn't say finally. I mean, she had her kittens maybe 3 months ago. 2 months ago. But she's been fixed in all the stuffs. She's taken care of. But even with her being spayed now, she's still mama-ing that Siren. Obviously not nursing, though, for a number of reasons. By the time Siren showed up on our doorstep, Dazzler was done with the milk thing. So, all right, so we're going to take that pink. I need to find, let's see, first of all, we're going to try it with a brush, since some of these guys do okay with a brush. Got a nice stiff brush. This is one of my Lurella brushes. Oh, I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, no. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's why I always have some of these handy. And we're going to go ahead and just get it a little bit damp. A little bit on each side. Shake, shake, shake. All right. Of the two, this one is Vice. This is the one we're about to use. This one seemed more like a topper. So, Glitch it is, folks. These are very soft. They are very smooshy. Smooshy. You are getting my butt. She is a little joy to have in here, I'm telling you guys. Okay, so we're going to go about a third of the way in with it by itself. I have disrupted the yellow a little bit, but that's okay. We'll fix it later. So I feel like the colors I'm picking mostly are pastels, but I do feel like this is a very pastel palette, which has always been a problem for me. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this turns out. Stop that. All right. Cat fur. We can tell it is spring. Why? The cats are shedding like crazy. Like crazy. All right. All right, so we're going to take this. This is the color Euphoric. gonna take this across. This is not gonna stand up well to my top. Or the green eyeshadow. It is showing up, which is nice. I really do have issues with pastel type colors. My skin likes to eat them alive. But this is showing up enough, and it is very buildable from what I'm doing. It's not horrible. So I'm going to take this brush. It's a fluffy brush. I'm going to go ahead and spritz it a little bit on top. And then we're just going to dust that lavender on the middle of the lid. See if we can pick enough of this up to actually do anything. I am not trying to be... Oh, I think that did pick up pretty. I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but it is dusting over that lavender beautifully. I like the way that looks. I like that better than, I like the way it looks over the lavender better than it by itself. Okay, so we are already losing stuff in here. So, so far, they aren't the best eyeshadows I've worked with. Mind you, I try not to hold this against an eyeshadow company, a cosmetic company, because this happens with almost everything. But there are a number of brands that hold out longer than this one did. We are moving right along. We are going to grab, yes, Sora. We're going to grab this blue space and put that on the outer edge, outer part of my lid. That is really light. And that's fine. And we're going to take some of it across the top. Not very far. I'm just getting it in there. I do think that this is not as pigmented as I normally like to work with. But to be fair, a lot of the problems I'm seeing could be because it's more of a pastel, and my skin just does not like pastels. It is in there. I took a little building so that you don't see my skin underneath it. I am now blending that edge in a little bit, and I think that came out okay. All right, as you can see, there's quite a bit of fallout. There wasn't a whole lot of kick up in the pan, but these mats are dusty. They're a little dusty. Just a little dusty. It's an okay formula. I'm just going to say it's an okay formula. I think it could be better, especially for a $30 price point for a 9-pan. Okay, we get 18s for $45 to $50 from Nomad, and I think they're better. So it's not bad. It's not really fantastic. It is fairly decent for a pastel palette. It is working on my skin. So for someone else, this might actually work really well for them. But for me, I'll probably hang on to it and play around with it a little bit. But it's not one of the best palettes I've seen. It's okay. It's okay. It's not horrible. I'm not running away mad from it. All right, so we're going to put this green from Moira in, which is going to wipe all of this shit out and make everything go, wait a minute. That's deep, folks. So I'm going to try to be careful and just put it in the crease and towards the outer corner. I think, you know what? Real quick though. Real quick. This is what I'm going to do first. So just thinking about it, I'm going to take some of this orange Eclipse and go around in this area like I'm doing my point, but not really doing the point. Just putting in a different depth of color in here. See, that's blending right into that yellow, but it's also adding a bit of depth. And I'm going to take it down a little bit too. I'm going to come down underneath a bit. We're just dusting it up. There we go. We're not even, just getting some depth in there, because once that green is in there, it's going to eat everything up anyway. So I'm just adding a little bit of, and I'm fixing that spot in the corner, in the inner corner where the yellow started to die on my inner corners. So we're just flushing it out. We aren't really aiming to go truly melony orange. I'd like the two sides to match, thank you. Which is kind of hard to do because our plant lights are on. Our peppers are in their boxes and ready to go. But just a little bit of depth that you guys may not even be able to see. It is on there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is on there. Do a little bit underneath. That's actually kind of interesting. What, sweetie? You are a little talker. She's a little talker. All right, now we're going to take the green. Now we're going to take this green. And like I said, I'm not going to go too far with it. You can see a little bit of that orange kind of creating a when it fades, when you have colors that fade. Anyway, yeah. I know what it is. I really do. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of this green. This is going to be interesting. And we're going to take this green in our corner. I'm going as light and easy with it as I can. I'm trying to spread it out, spread it, and buff it while I'm putting it on. Because we don't want it to be too much. A little deeper on the outside if we can. Also bring that in just a bit. I used a fluffier brush than I would normally use just to work in, make sure I could buff it out. Hi, you are scratching my leg. There we go. Just want a little bit more depth on this outer corner right there. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about this look yet. Anyway, I'm going to go finish the other side. and put other stuff on my face, because most of the rest of the stuff won't do the brows and all that other stuff, and there's no foundation in here. So I'm going to go finish the other side and do all of those basics, and then we'll come back and play with some of the rest of it. Okay, so we are ready to try the blush. I don't want to ruin it. I will say it's a bit bright pink. It's deep, but it's very pink. So we're gonna be careful. Try to be careful with it. As my Mented reminded me, sometimes you gotta be careful with stuff. I got my big stippling type kabuki brush thing. I can't tell if I'm picking anything up, and I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. Okay, all right. Oh, I would say I picked something up. Okay. Okay, that is, folks, that's pink. That's really pink. I have a way to fix it, I hope. Oh, that's so pink. Oh my goodness. That is pink. Alright, so that's a little pinker than I like. And we are going to tame it down. We're going to try to tame it down. I just tapped in a couple times. As you can see, it really didn't do anything to the rose. This is not a color I would use very frequently. So this may end up doing exactly what I said. If I can get this stupid lid to stay on. And being just a decorator piece. So we'll see. But right now I need to grab... let me think. I'm going to grab this big fluffy purple brush, which has a little bit of powder on it, I think. But we're going to try to tame it down a bit, which the powder can help with. So I am trying to floof it out, make it look less clown-like. Maybe make it more like, I don't know, luminous? Translucent? So we're just beating the crap out of it. I'm going to tell you guys, I know it's not as bright as it was before, but I'm feeling very pink right now. I feel okay. I need my powder. We're gonna use a little powder over it. Try to tame it. I'm also not very happy with the eyes at this point. This is somewhat of a makeup fail, but that's okay. These things happen, right? That's more than I want. That's a lot more than I want. Trying to beat it down. All right, let's see if we can. There we go. There we go. That's what we needed to do. Just put a little powder over it, which, since it's a cream, probably helps it set a bit, as well as tones it down just a touch. It is still a little too pink for me, but it's very pretty. I'm going to say it's one of those things where, okay, so I cannot use this as a makeup item, I don't think, but I don't mind it as a decorator piece. I have decorator pieces amongst my makeup, so I do not feel that that's a waste, really. I think I'm going to use this Sunstone. as I lean into you guys looking for a brush. Okay, so we're going to use this Sunstone. Now, when I first got this particular palette, I remember not wanting to put it away. In fact, I've gotten a number of highlighter palettes that lately, over the last couple of years, that I didn't want to put away. And this was one of the first. She makes a beautiful glow without going too over bright. So if you're looking for something really bright, this one won't do it. If they still have it, I'll link it down below. I think I got this in a box too, and I don't remember what box it was. Okay, I think once I get my shirt on, and my earrings in and all that stuff, the eyes won't bother me as much. They're actually very pretty under here. Okay, all right, so we did the cheeky stuff, and now I gotta go and put on my shirt and take care of my hair before I do the lips, because if I do my lips first, my hair will stick to my lips, and that will not be attractive either. So again, be right back. Okay, so the first thing I always do is I apply my ColourPop Lippy Sticks primer. It actually really helps. It's not very it's not waxy. It's actually really comfortable on the lips, and it smooths out rough areas and fills things in, and I just think it's a really good thing. And then if you want to, of course, be able to easily take off a liquid lipstick, that helps too. All right, so this is the Gerard liquid lipstick. This is in the color Plum Crazy. So this will be our base. And for some reason, my light doesn't work on this one. You'll see it with the gloss when I use the gloss. So there's the lipstick. And the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and line. I know you guys aren't really able to see it, but so this color is really working well with this lipstick. I can kind of see it on the edge a little bit. It's a little bit darker, but the shade is not that much different. All right, so we smoothed out our edges and we sharpened them a little bit with that. Now I'm going to do two things. So, we're just trying the crazy today. I am going to use this, the bright pink on the top, and then I'm going to use the purple on the bottom. And we'll see what happens. We'll see. I don't know. This is such a bright pink. Yeah. Or not. Okay. Hold on, folks. I need a thing, because I should say. I always clean off my applicators when I've used them over another color, because the idea is to change the color on your lips, not necessarily in the gloss itself. You kind of want that color to stay pretty true. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. I'm going to add a little bit more on this side. Okay, I am not mad at that over this kind of color. This kind of, says it's a plum, but to me it has kind of a brownish cast to it. So I'm not mad at a pink, bright pink going over a plummy brown. That does not bother me. I can use that for that kind of shade adjustment. And then this one is, of course, Hearsay. It's in the purple. And there's our lighted thing, and we have a mirror right there. That is bizarre. I am going to say this purple is coming up a little less pigmented than the other one. And I don't see it really doing anything to our plum. For a colored gloss, it doesn't really seem to do as much adjusting as a lot of the colored glosses I've used in the past. In fact, the DCIM or whatever it is, in the bright pink, I think adjusted further than this did. I'm not seeing that much of a difference. So, mwah. Alrighty, so this is our look from our box. Let's talk about the items in the box. So, very quickly, before we get into the rest of the box, this was not nearly as pigmented as I had hoped it would be. In terms of color adjusting. It is a gloss, but it looks like there's color in there. And, well, I guess it's pretty true to the swatch. It's very pale. It's very, very pale. So it didn't really do much. Feels comfortable, though. It feels nice. I do like the shine, but I'm a shiny girl. I like shiny things. That's kind of a dragon. The lip liner. I'm okay. I'm happy with the lip liner. I'm actually pretty happy with the lip liner. But lip liners to me don't seem to be that hard to do. It's pencil eyeliners that I have issues with mostly. But this lip liner was nice and smooth and creamy. It went on. It did what it was supposed to do. It actually went really well with the lipstick I chose. And yeah, I'm okay with the lip liner. It's $16. Just a touch high, I think. But this is my problem with Gerard. I love their stuff, but they're a bit on the pricey side for me. All right, so the gloss, this actually did make an adjustment. I can't see myself using this by itself. I can see myself using it like I did today over something that I want to brighten up a bit and pink up a little bit. I can see myself doing that. But beyond that, I don't see myself using that very much, to be honest with you. The liquid color, honestly, I probably should have put this over most of the inner corner of my eye instead of just in the, the inner part, because you can already see the shadows are starting to fade out. I'm going to have to fix that before I take pictures. And we are getting lots of smooch down here. Yeah, this palette we're going to have to really talk about because eyes, folks, my eyes are not feeling it. It's a pretty color. I'll play around with it a bit more and see if I end up liking it in any way, shape, or form. I'm not holding my breath. More than likely, this will end up going to my daughter. She seems to not have a problem with liquid eyeshadows. I'm the one that has a liquid problem. Blush. This is so pretty as a design. It does not work for me as a color. I really did have to put powder over it, and I still feel like it's a little on the bright side. So it's a very pretty design, but I don't know. I'm not mad at it because I have a lot of makeup items that I do have for show. I have palettes that I've purchased. I have my Game of Thrones one back here. I have a Prince one. I have palettes I don't use that I've gotten for various reasons. For packaging sake, for the sake of the franchise or whatever it is they were made for, things like that. So I don't feel like it's a waste in that way. But if you are actually looking to use this, using it's going to ruin the whole effect of the rose. So I'm not even sure what the point of that is other than to make it more expensive. And like I said, this color was really bright. So this will probably end up being, you know, just something that sits on my table along with, I got a paw print packaging highlighter. I've got a few other things. So it'll sit out with some of those other things rather than being used. It's just a little too... It is this color on my cheeks, and it's a little much. It's a little much for me on the cheeks. And the hair is fine. On the cheeks, not so much. All right. So that leaves the palette. The palette is so-so. It really is. It's so-so. It's the shades are soft. They definitely are soft. I do feel like this is more of a pastel palette, which may be part of my problem with it. Pastels and my face do not get along very well. The colors are pretty, but for me, they're kind of dusty and patchy. They ended up dusty and patchy on my eyes, and unlike some palettes, they really don't hold up to the inner corners of my eyes. They, as you saw, they were washing out badly. Not a big deal for something like this, but if I were to go out, this would be small enough for me to take with me in my purse to go somewhere. But the thing is, when I'm out, I don't think to fill the holes. I'm out. I'm doing my things. I'm focusing on something else, whatever. So I could take it with me, and it really doesn't have, well, the closure's pretty snug. So I think it would survive fairly well in my purse. I just don't know if I would bring it out. I would much rather have something a bit more long lasting that, you know, when I go out, I'm out for a few hours. When I come back, it might be going out by then, but it won't be a big hole in my eyes within 5 minutes of getting wherever I'm at. A couple of the colors had some stay, so who knows? Maybe they'll work. And it could indeed be entirely a skin tone thing. This, like I said, came up. This is their colorful palette, and it came up a lot more pastel than I thought it would. The look is okay, but I think if I hadn't had the dark green, I would have been in trouble because there's really not much in here except for this blue to deepen anything up. Everything else is pretty much along, well, I guess this one's a little darker. But other than that, they're all pretty much along the same spectrum. And I think you need something a little deeper for a palette. You need something to do what I did with the green. Basically, add more contrast into something. So I think this palette really could have used a darker color or two in it, just for that. Overall, though, palette notwithstanding, I think I'm pretty happy with this month's box. I'm not overjoyed. A lot of it is, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. That's what I'm going to give it. I'm not overjoyed, but I'm not totally disappointed. I don't mind getting stuff that, as long as I think it's pretty, that I can put up. I really wish the palette had been better. The lip gloss will be fine. So I think the only thing that might end up leaving me at all, if at all, will be this, and we'll have to see on that. So there it is. That's the May Ice Cream Beauty Box, and that's it. And if you like this kind of thing, we'll be doing it once a month. Yay! Because I really did like this box, and I know I'm going to get more. The thing is this box is not as customizable as, say, Ipsy, which has had its issues with customization lately. But it's not customizable. The palettes, I don't think you get to choose a palette every month. Everything else tends to be the same colors, the same items. So what I show you is what anybody else who got this box will show you, other than maybe they got the grungy palette rather than the colorful palette. So that is the only downside, though. I do like the value for the box. I do like that it has brands I haven't tried, or brands that I have tried, but in product that I haven't tried, because I hadn't tried their eyeshadows before. And so I do feel like the box does expand in that way, and I do enjoy it. So if you like this kind of, we got a box, we opened it up, we tried the things on, we're moving on kind of thing, then I hope you will subscribe. And if this is not your thing, we also still have things like, I do my Sunday night stories, which, by the way, we are going to be having my epic fantasy novel. I'm going to start putting that up fairly soon. 1 chapter a week, I think. It's going to really depend. We'll have to see. And but in the meantime, we'll still have the Sunday night stories. My husband is thinking about food. We've had a couple of hiccups in the plating he wants to do for you guys next, but that should be coming up. My son is unboxing geeky things. We have tea openings. We're going to have other little bits of makeup and little bits of other things. We have the garden stuff going up. So there's a lot going on here, and if any of that interests you, I hope you will take a moment to subscribe, and share the videos, and comment down below. And in the meantime, I hope you have a good one. Bye.